So let's say you have the opportunity to be a part of an ambassador team or an appearance squad or a fan team or Pep Squad or any variation of that name. In this video, I am going to talk about the pros, the cons, and how to make the decision as to whether or not you should audition for one of these teams. So as you might know, obviously NFL, NBA, and a lot of pro and semi-pro dance teams have the main dance team, but they also have what's called an appearance team or an ambassador team, fan team, Pep Squad, that basically is a non-dance team that pretty much goes to appearances on game day, interacts with the fans, and basically is an ambassador for the community just like the cheerleaders. And so a lot of times women come to me and they're just like, I don't know what to do. Should I audition for the ambassador team? I'm not quite sure. And a lot of the hesitation is about the fact that they want to dance and their number one goal is to be on the team, right? So they're not quite sure if they should be a part of the appearance team. So I really wanted to talk about some of the pros, the cons, and really how to make that decision. Obviously, this is a personal decision that you have to decide, and I would, after listening to this video, just write out a list, the pros and the cons, or the plus and the deltas of actually auditioning for one of these teams. So let me talk about some of the pros. This list obviously outweighs the con list. So number one, you are able to get your foot in the door. So instead of you being one of many and just a number, now they know you personally. You've made this ambassador team and they're working with you one-on-one. You're also able to learn the expectation and the requirements of the team overall. So even though you're on the ambassador team or the appearance team, you're gonna learn so much about the dance team because you're really gonna be able to interact with and get to know the coaches and even some of the ladies that are on the dance team. So this is really a great way to learn about the expectations and the requirements. A lot of times, number three, they're gonna work with you on your look, on your appearance from head to toe, on your speaking ability, on how you interact with fans. They wanna make sure that you're an amazing ambassador for their team, regardless of whether or not you're a dancer or not. So they're gonna put that time and energy into developing you into someone that could eventually become a dancer. You're also gonna be able to use this as an opportunity to network, not just with the coaches and the girls on the appearance team, but you also will potentially have the opportunity to interact with the current dancers. And this is just a wonderful way to build those relationships just in case you see them at an upcoming audition. You also may be able to learn a little bit more about management and get to know some of the personnel within management because you never know, they could turn up as judges as well. This is huge. You basically become one of them. By being a member of the fan team or the ambassador team, you are now one of them. You are in their sisterhood, you are in their network, and that is only gonna work to your advantage once it's time to audition for the dance team. Now, the cons. Technically, there really are none, but I had to come up with a couple. So number one, it's a non-dancing team normally. So normally, you're not gonna have practices, you're not gonna be working on your technique, you're not gonna be working on your dance performance and showmanship. So you have to remember that. It really normally is about the fans and that type of interaction. A con also is potentially if you don't bring your A game, if you don't arrive on time, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as an ambassador, that could obviously work against you once it's time for auditions. So you really want to make sure that if you decide to take this step, that you put your best foot forward and give 110% while you are on the team. So how do you actually make this decision? So there are a couple of different scenarios. So scenario number one, let's say you have no desire to be on the dance team and you just want to experience the hype of a game. In this scenario, then most definitely you're gonna wanna audition for one of these teams. Scenario number two, let's say you want to dance and it's a non-negotiable, like you would not be happy if you were not dancing. Then in this case, I obviously would recommend that you not audition for this team because you would be taking a spot from someone else that ultimately would love to be in your shoes. So I would not audition, and instead I would look for another team within the current league, or maybe another team in another league, or even a semi-pro team to audition for until that main audition comes back around. Any experience is better than no experience. Now, scenario number 3, let's say you really do want to dance and maybe you've auditioned for a team and you were cut. And now they are going to have callbacks for the appearance team or the ambassador team, and you're just not sure what you want to do because ultimately you want to dance, but this is a team that you wouldn't mind being a part of, and you're just back and forth on it. So with number 1, if this is your number 1 team, then I would say most definitely go ahead and be a part of the ambassador team, because again, all those pros that I mentioned, you are now a part of their family, and if you do what you're supposed to do, then that's only going to work to your advantage once it comes time for auditions. Now, get this, if you are not willing to still put in the work and work on whatever it was that eliminated you from the dance team originally, if you're not willing to work on those things in that next year, then I would say don't do the appearance team. I'm just going to be real with you. Teams want to see progress. They want to see that, let's say for example, you didn't make the dance team because of your technique. They're going to want to see you next year with better technique. So if you're going to go to dance classes, or if you're going to work on your look, or you're going to work on your fitness, and you're going to use that year to your advantage, then go for it. Do it. If you have that type of motivation, determination, and you are definitely going to stick to some sort of plan for improvement. Now, if this is your number 2 or number 3 team and you're not quite sure, then I would say go ahead and find a dance team that you can be a part of, because that's going to look absolutely amazing on your resume. And if you're not even quite sure that this is your ultimate team, then you're going to use an entire year where you're not dancing and you may not be fulfilled. So I would consider looking at other auditions and looking at other opportunities, even in the semi-pro level, to go ahead and get a spot on a dance team. And if for some reason it doesn't work out for you, then obviously come to us because we can help, but then you can also consider those ambassador teams or the performance teams at a later date. So I know I threw a lot of different scenarios at you, but here's the deal. This is a personal decision that you have to make, and the best way to do it is literally just get out a sheet of paper and list out all of the pros and all of the cons for if you were to make the team. Whatever side kind of adds up with the most is what you should go with. So hopefully that helps. If not, feel free to contact me. Let's chat about it. I actually have these conversations on a regular basis with our clients, and I would love to talk to you through it as well. If you have any suggestions or other things that people should consider while they are thinking about auditioning for an ambassador team, please go ahead and jot them down below. I would really appreciate it. As always, connect with us on social media, and you can find us at sidelineprep.com. We are here for you. That is it. I am Janine Samuels, signing off for Sideline Prep and all of our Sideline Prep coaches, wishing you success in all that you do. Make it a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.